A Lethbridge man is celebrating a remarkable milestone this week. It was November the 9th, 1996, that Bill Glover got a heart transplant. And at the time, Glover was told he could expect to live another 5, maybe 8 years. But as Terry Vogt reports, Glover is now marking the 16th anniversary of his transplant.
Bill Glover calls it an amazing journey, one that started after his first heart attack.
I was laying in a hospital in Calgary, and the doctor came in and gave me a bunch of prescriptions for 30 days and told me to go home and get all my affairs in order.
After suffering another heart attack, Glover was moved to the top of Western Canada's list for transplant recipients. Then, after an anguishing 11-month wait, the call finally came on November 8th, 1996. The next day, he woke up with a new heart and a new outlook on life.
But after the transplant, I suddenly realized that every single day is a gift. And I've kept that perspective pretty tight ever since.
Instead of living to work, Glover decided to work to live. And he's now lived to see 4 grandchildren come into the world.
Being in the hospital when they were born and being able to hold them just minutes after their birth was just profound. And that would certainly have been an experience that I would never have never had if it hadn't been for the transplant.
16 years later, Glover still isn't sure who the donor was, but he does know that person who gave him his life back also gave kidneys, a liver, corneas. In all, 10 people benefited from what Glover describes as a most generous gift.
If that person hadn't said, yes, this is how we're going to deal with the daughter's or son's death, I probably wouldn't be here because I wouldn't have been able to get that heart that I needed. I've said a couple of times now, I think, that, please don't take your liver or your tissues and organs to heaven. God knows we need them here.
Terry Vogt, CTV News, Lethbridge.
More than 4,000 Canadians are waiting for an organ transplant to save their lives. Last year, only 1,800 transplants were performed. 195 Canadians died waiting for an organ transplant.